This week on Ray Van Horn's Captain's Journey.
Look at the size of that school coming out here.
We're surrounded by redfish.
Oh, listen, there you go. Got him. Yes, sir. You can look at it. You can tell they're eating now. He swallowed that.
You can't even see it. Choked it. That's the top of the slot fish right there.
That's what we're looking for. That's patience right there, and you stuck him.
What a fish. That's 25, 26, right?
That is absolutely beautiful.
I'm Ray Van Horn, and this is the Captain's Journey. Jump in the boat. Let's see what kind of fun we can have.
Let's go fishing. Come on, take a ride with me. Get on board with the Ray Van Horn. It's the Captain's Journey. Let's go fishing. Come on, take a ride with me. Get on board with the Ray Van Horn. It's the Captain's Journey.
Ray Van Horn's Captain's Journey is presented by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time.
Get on board with Ray Van Horn. It's the Captain's Journey.
On this week's journey, we're in Horseshoe Beach, Florida, way up the Nature Coast. And I've been wanting to come up here for a couple of years now to film with Craig Spitznagle. Been trying to get up here about 3 years, and schedules just never seem to line up. So it's about a 6-hour drive from the swamp up here for me, and the anticipation level for me was just off the chart because it's a very diverse ecosystem. You'll have water that's just gin clear with beautiful turtle grass beds and miles of that with potholes. And you go around the corner and it's like you're in St. Augustine. You've got oyster bars, you've got Spartina grass, and it's really a cool deal. You know, I knew we were going to be dealing with some super all-terrain shallow water situations. I mean, these fish could be a mile off the bank this time of the year with these low tides. When you're dealing with clear water and high pressure with not even a cloud in the sky, if we get that scenario, it could be a challenge. Now, Captain Craig Spitznagle has got this fishery pretty much dialed in, and he fishes from Crystal River all the way up here to Horseshoe Beach. And I fish with a lot of great captains and guides all over the country, and all these professionals are, you know, have their fisheries dialed in, and that's the benefit of fishing with a local talent. And trust me, this guy is a professional. Captain Craig, you ready to go, brother?
Yes, sir, Mr. Ray. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine as I can be.
I am.
And I want to thank you for inviting me to your backyard.
I'm tickled to death that you're here. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually kind of nervous. I get to fish with the Chokoloskee man this morning.
Well, all that and $5, you got something, but I'm all about off the beaten path, and you got to want to come here in Horseshoe Beach. For all the haters out there, they're going to say, why are you doing a show up there? It's like my secret spot. There are no more secrets. So, but we're going to talk about the ecology. We're going to talk about how special a fishery this is and how to take care of it. And I appreciate you inviting me up here because I think it's going to be fabulous. The weather is nice.
It is perfect. The conditions could not be any better. We'll see if we can get a few topwater bites starting out. Then I believe you've got a fly rod or two in the boat.
I did bring some chicken feathers.
Let's go do it.
Let's go do it, brother.
All right, man.
All right, come on. Step into my office. In anticipation, I mean, you've got to bring the kitchen sink when it comes to tackle. I've got spinning rods, I've got bait casting equipment, I've got fly equipment with me, and everything will get that in their mouth. I'm hoping that I get to use all of it at some point. I've fished Horseshoe Beach a number of years ago. It's probably 5 or 6 years ago since the last time I was up here. So I had a little bit of history here.
You can just follow right down the middle of it and you'll be just fine.
Oh, we got 3 feet right here.
Oh yeah.
I knew we were going to be in some super shallow situations. So I'm going to take the aluminum with the jet drive, and gosh, that boat is just, if it's made for any place, I think it's made for this place. There are huge rocks. There's no delicate way to tell you this. If you come up here and you don't know your way around, you could hurt yourself. It's a minefield. And you'll go along in these beautiful grass beds and you'll think it's all good, and then all of a sudden here's a boulder. So that being said, I highly recommend that when you come up here, you hire a professional like Captain Craig, because he's going to shorten the curve for you. You're not going to have to worry about anything. I mean, I'm anticipating seeing a lot of redfish, and they have some of the best trout fishing in the state of Florida, maybe the country, in this area right here in the Nature Coast. We shut it down right here and start, or?
We can, let's ease up just a little bit more. We'll play around right through here for a little bit, and if we don't do nothing, we'll turn and we'll go back towards that pole that way. That's where my marks, that's where I busted that school up the other day.
They're a little skitsy on this sun, and as soon as that water turns,
they go to town.
They go to chomping.
20 feet, 25 feet, he's right here. He stuck his tail up 3 or 4 times. We're fixing to pull a Yui. Look at the size of that school coming out here.
And Craig has got these fish, I mean, he's got them dialed. We pull up to this first spot, and there are literally hundreds of redfish in this much water. I said, I'm going to start off with a DOA shrimp, because that's, I mean, in all honesty, if I only had one lure to throw at a redfish, that'd probably be it.
I saw him turn. Got him. Yes, sir. Nice.
Good. Oh. I finally got one to eat that DOA shrimp. 2 pulls, and he's off.
We've been fighting for 2 hours. That's patience right there, and you stuck him. Good job.
And I said, you know what? Maybe we need to throw a fly at these fish. They'll have a better chance.
Ray Van Horn's Captain's Journey is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time, and by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
There's fish milling around here, and they're pushing out here.
School up here.
So it's just driving me crazy. I figured, you know what the heck? I mean, let's make it even harder. Let's drag out the fly rod and see if we can't get him to eat a feather.
Nice.
Oh, he looks for it. That one cast, how did I not get one to eat that?
I don't know. When you rolled that fish, when he flashed?
Yeah, I thought he went down on it. I was waiting for the, oh.
I mean, I put a fly in the middle of about 20 fish that were tailing. And I said, one of them's got to eat that thing.
Oh, yes, sir.
No way.
Come a little bit further to your right. Beautiful. He just rolled that fish. How he just didn't eat that.
You gotta be kidding me.
There's a big redfish right there. You see that wake out there? Yeah, that's all fish.
Now, the good news is we're surrounded by redfish. The bad news, you pick a rod up and you go to make a cast like this and they go.
That was a good trout. 20-incher right there.
February in this area is known for these amazing trout.
And usually what happens when that tide starts to come in and you get a foot, foot and a half, 2 foot of water over the top of these fish, that's when they get happy.
Trout swimming out and around and that won't nothing to do with this thing. That's amazing. Look at those trout.
You know, sooner or later they're gonna get happy.
Oh yeah. We can take a ride because this definitely is not.
Not going off here.
It's not the first time I've ever been in that situation, and I knew that we're just going to have to be patient and let it happen.
Ready? Let's take a ride.
Wonder if I need to go longer leader. How long a leader do you normally throw?
1.5 feet. There he is. There's a yellowmouth. That is a healthy, solid 17, 18-inch fish right there.
Nice, buddy.
Appreciate it, buddy. All right.
Okay, we got stank.
That's right. The monkey is off. Got him. There you go. Big trout. There's a good one.
Look at that. That's gorgeous.
That is absolutely beautiful. Get my hands wet.
Gorgeous fish. All lit up
Healthy.
by the sun.
Healthy, healthy.
Nice. You have got the trout up here, my man. All right. I like that.
This portion of Ray Van Horn's Captain's Journey is presented by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
Now here's the benefit of fishing with a professional that knows these local waters. Most people would have been frazzled. Craig said, no problem, I've got a spot around the corner. It's got a bunch of rocks on it. It's a little deeper now with this tide. It should be just primo. So we go to this next spot, and I mean, it's just beautiful. And I don't know if it was the first cast, it might have been the second, I don't know. And Craig hooks up to a beautiful, beautiful fish.
Got him. There's another good trout.
That's a trout.
Showing out a little bit, isn't he?
Oh, that's a good one there, buddy. Whoa. Tarpon trout.
She wanted to come see you, didn't she?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Captain Craig. Craig, I tell you what, this area of the Nature Coast is synonymous with these just beautiful, beautiful trout. The ecosystem is so vibrant with all those beautiful turtle grass, potholes, just bait, good clear water.
Mm-hmm. It's the perfect habitat for them, and you see the results right here.
That is awesome, dude. Beautiful. Good job. There we go.
Yes, sir. That's a stud. That is a stud.
Ooh.
There's one of the ones we've been looking for. Drag peeling trout.
That is a nice one. That's gorgeous.
She's been
right
eating
there.
pretty well too, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She needs to go make us a bunch of babies.
Get her back in the pool. Craig, I know you're a big fan of power poles, and they make so many kinds now. It used to be that you had the original power pole, came in a 6, and then eventually an 8-foot version. And now they've got blades all the way up to 10 feet. And what I like on these little boats and kayaks and canoes and stuff, that little micro back there is so affordable, and it does such a great job.
Ray and Craig caught reds and trout on a DOA 5.5 soft jerkbait and watermelon clear holographic number 425. Retrieve was Twitch Pause, 30-pound fluorocarbon for a leader.
I'll tell you what, Craig was on fire.
There we go.
Good one?
Mr. Redfish.
All right.
Yeah, look at all the redfish right there. School of them just blew out. There's Mr. Redfish. That's a good one right there.
That is a good one.
That's a nice little upper slot fish.
You gonna pick that troller up?
No, sir, you're good. I believe he's gonna cooperate with us. You can look at it, you can tell they're eating now. He swallowed that.
You can't even see it. Choked it.
Yes, sir. Hey, hey.
That's top of the slot fish right there.
That's what we're looking for.
2 of those on your tournament day.
I'd be happy. You'd sure not see me smiling. You see me smiling now.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
Absolutely beautiful.
1 spotter. Look at that square tail.
Mm-hmm. That is a tournament fish all day. See how this time of year and they get in this clear water, how gold they get. Beautiful color.
Yeah.
This is my passion right here. Look at that beautiful blue in that tail too when he fins it out.
It's beautiful right there. Awesome, man. Put her back in the pool. You guys will probably want to come back and visit with that one someday. You go ahead and release that. I'm going to play through.
Show me another one. And people, there she goes.
Good job, Craig.
Thank you, sir.
You know, they grow 9 inches. They will grow out of the slot. They'll go from 18 to 27 inches in a year.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Dr. Mike Allen at the University of Florida, IFAS, out of Cedar Key, told me that, and I said, holy moly, I had no idea they grew that fast. Incoming tide, the sun has been high in the sky, that water's warming. You do all the math on that scenario right there, and you know, any minute now, you're gonna have some success. Get him, boy. Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one right there, boys. That's a good trout right there. I try and talk all my clients, anything that's over 17, 18 inches, turn it loose.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like that. She wanted to go home.
Okay, so that's like the Horseshoe Beach release.
I guess so. I guess so. She was not happy. She was tired of hearing me talk.
Yeah.
Ray Van Horn's Captain's Journey is brought to you by Power Pole, Shallow Water Anchor, Bob's Machine Shop, Go Fast, Go Shallow, Go Efficient, and by DOA, the Unfair Advantage.
A little bit of chop on the water. I mean, it was the Craig Spitznagle show.
Oh,
He put on it plenty.
Got him? Another giant.
they ain't getting no smaller.
Woo! Yeah, that is a nice fish. Dude, you got him up here, buddy.
Yes, sir, we sure do. That's a beautiful fish.
Guaranteed. That is just almost rare.
And getting better and better every year. Every year.
Well, it's because you guys are being such great stewards of the resource. That doesn't happen by accident. You know, you go shoot the covey and that doesn't happen.
I almost got my feelings hurt, and then, I don't know, he took a break for like 15 seconds, and I finally got to catch one.
So there you go. There you go. That, and look at the bend in that rod.
You talk about the perfect specimen. That fish is probably 1.5 years old, maybe. Adios.
Trust me, I love catching redfish, but there's something really cool about catching a large gator trout.
There we go.
Got him? Got him.
Got him.
Yes, sir. That's a good one, too.
Head shaking trout.
That's a good trout.
Oh, this is a good one right here. Look at that tank.
Look at that.
That is a tank, dude.
That's 24, 25 inches right there.
Easily.
That is a perfect specimen. That's no fun, is it?
Let me tell you something. It's just as much fun today as it was when I was 5.
That's right.
You
The
know?
day it gets old is the day you need to sell all your stuff.
Exactly. She said that's enough of that, Ray. Got him? Trout?
Looks like it.
You know, there's a lot of guides up here. I'm fishing with this guy for a reason.
That's a monster trout right there, buddy. That's an 8-pound trout. Look at that.
He's also a tournament angler. And
Look at the size.
I like people that are filled with passion about the sport.
Jump clean out of the net. What a fish. That's 25, 26, right?
That's easy all day long. Look at the size of that trout.
Man, how beautiful that fish is. You've got some trout up here, brother. That is amazing. But you know what? We've had a heck of a day. I think we ought to call it a day anyway on that fish. That's just an unbelievable specimen.
I don't think you're going to be able to top what we've done so far.
I think a cold drink and a little dinner is probably in store.
That sounds like a good idea to me, my friend.
All right, man. Turn that fish loose. That is so.
She was ready.
The old Horseshoe Beach release every time.
You can go to our website and get his contact info. You're going to have an experience that you will enjoy for the rest of your
Get
life.
that just everywhere. I appreciate
kid.
you, man. I appreciate you being part of the journey. That's what it's all about.
I highly recommend Craig Spitznagle.
Promotional consideration is provided by these fine products.
Now, saying his last name's kind of a handful. You got to buy a vowel. Spitz, like the Olympian. Gold medal. Noggle. Get some of that.